Good morning, y'all. Welcome to my first ever reading vlog. I am so excited but also baffled that I didn't do this before. Like, I make so much short form content with regards to books, but never an all out reading vlog. So I thought it'd be fun to try something new on my channel and do a what I read in a week sort of video. Today's Monday. I have my coffee going on and I also have my bag because we are actually heading out to the library to pick up my next read. So windy. I am back from my library trip and these are the two books that I got. First one is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is actually my first ever Emily Henry book, and yes, I can't wait to dive into her book, into her writing, her stories, her characters, because I have heard endless good things about Emily Henry. I was so confused which Emily Henry book to pick, but then I just picked this one because there is a Netflix series and I really want to watch that, but I was like, I want to read the book first before I watch the series, so that's why I picked it. But let me know which is your favorite Emily Henry book, because every time I ask someone this, I just get all sorts of answers. So I just want to know which book should be my next Emily Henry book, because I have a feeling I'm really going to like the author and her writing. The next book is actually a memoir, my non-fiction book for my 75 Hard Challenge, and it's Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra. I've always admired Priyanka Chopra since I was a kid, and I love that she's also an army brat like me. I don't think many of you know that my dad was also in the army. And on top of that, my mom just finished this book and she was raving about it. So I was like, you know what? I can't wait to read this and hopefully be inspired by her story. So yeah, these were my two library picks. I am going to make lunch and then get a start on reading one of these. Okay, I just finished my lunch and now I'm ready to start my reading. It's literally afternoon and I haven't read a single page today. So we need to get a head start on this. Now, before I dive into any of the library books, I actually do have another book that I'm currently reading. I've been reading The Love Hypothesis on my Kindle as well as listening to the audiobook. I got this for free from Libby. If you have a library card, you can get access to Libby and get any amount of free audiobooks, ebooks. So yeah, these two are from my library. So I like to immersive read. That's basically listening to the audiobook while reading it on your ebook or physical book. I'm literally on chapter 21. As you can see, that's like the second last chapter. I'm just going to quickly finish reading this and then get started with a new book. Sometimes if I'm lounging on the sofa, it gets a little too comfy and I end up taking an unintentional nap. So let's not do that. Are done. I have some thoughts about this book and I don't think it's the popular opinion, but I mean, I have to be honest. So this is going to be a no spoiler quick review, so don't worry. Right before reading this book, I had read Love Theoretically. That's my first mistake. I loved Love Theoretically. Like, that was a 4.5 5-star. Like, I absolutely enjoyed it. There was so much fun banter. The writing was filled with humor and wit. Both the FMC and MMC had such well thought out and fleshed out backstories as to why they have the quirks they do, where do they come from, why do they have these insecurities, etc., etc. Even though that story is also predictable, this story is very, very predictable, except in the second half when something happens. I'm not gonna, of course, give any spoilers, and that's when it actually got interesting. Until the first half, like the first 10, 11, 12 chapters, I was just like, what happened to Ali Hazelwood's writing? I was genuinely confused because I've read two books of hers, Problematic Summer Romance as well as Love Theoretically, and they might have their own issues, but writing was definitely not one of them. Like, I loved her writing so much, which is why I had that sort of expectations placed on Love Hypothesis. But remember, I said it was my mistake. I picked up, well, those two books before I read this. The reason being, once I was like 3/4 into this book, I was just genuinely curious because of how vastly different her writing is in this book compared to the other books that I've read. And I just searched on Google. As I suspected, Love Hypothesis was written before Love Theoretically and Problematic Summer Romance. Now, what I did not expect at all, this was her debut novel. I mean, no wonder. Like, I I can really cut her some slack. I feel like I don't need to see it from such a harsh lens, if that makes sense, especially considering I was comparing her debut novel to like her latest novels, right? So I don't think that's too fair. But having said that, my experience is my experience. So I definitely did not enjoy this as much as Love Theoretically, even though both are quite similar in terms of the characters in a way, the storyline, the STEM background. Oh, another reason why I actually searched on Google about this novel and when it came out is because when I was reading it, I was just like, why does it feel like I'm reading a fan fiction? And here's the funny thing. This was an actual fan fiction that Ali Hazelwood wrote, which was turned into a book. I couldn't believe like my instinct was right. Oh, another thing that I loved in Love Theoretically and not as much in Love Hypothesis is how they go a little deeper into the STEM and academics aspect of it in Love Theoretically. So it gives you a more realistic picture. It makes you more involved in the plot and gives you an actual glimpse of practically what that world looks like. There's just more complex emotions and struggles being explored in Love Theoretically, like self-acceptance, people-pleasing, the sexism and politics in academia. So yeah, I just feel Love Theoretically had a lot more substance to chew on and think about and mull over versus this book. But yeah, this is still like a fun, light read, which is why I even finished it, right? So yeah, this is just to say that if you haven't read any of Ali Hazelwood's book and you want to start with something, I would actually recommend you to start with this, with her debut novels. From here on, you can pick up her other books. And yeah, I think you're just going to enjoy her style of writing a lot. So my final rating for Love Hypothesis is 3.5 stars. Moving on to the next book, we have People We Meet on Vacation. I am so excited to read my first ever Emily Henry book. And of course, I will be immersive reading. I have the audiobook right here. This is on Audible. So the books that have too much of a waiting line on Libby, which is for free, I buy them via credits on Audible. I'm obviously on page 1. Let's see how much I can read. That was such a fail reading session. It's 5 p.m. so yes, some time has passed, but I barely got through the first half of the chapter, not because it's bad, but because I remembered I have to shoot my review on the Love Hypothesis for Instagram. I'll most likely post it as a trial reel. So if you want to watch that video, it'll be in my broadcast channel community group on Instagram. Yeah, I was shooting that, then I had to edit that and post it. So it's just, this is how my work just bleeds through everything throughout the day. And it's just hard to maintain some sort of boundaries around my work because me being a lifestyle content creator, my life becomes my content. So when I'm talking about books, instead of reading the books, I'm shooting and editing about the books that I'm supposed to be reading. Does that make sense? Just some boundary issues and work had to get in the way. I'm actually feeling so sleepy as well. That's because I woke up at 5 a.m. and my eyes are dry AF. I know exactly what's going to wake me up. That is a walking pad session. So I'm going to put on my audiobook, get my steps in as well. 6,800 steps, if you can see, and then going to the gym. Next morning, I'm in the car. Matthew has gone out to run some errands. I thought I'll just get a bit more into this book since I've only like literally just read like 1 or 2 chapters. And I know I won't get much reading in the first half of today because Matthew's parents were here for 3 months and they're leaving today in the afternoon. So we're just going to their house, to Matthew's brother's house, to spend some time with them and drop them off at the airport. So I think this will be the only time I can read. Good morning, y'all. It is Wednesday. I just finished my morning cozy reading session, which you might have seen glimpses of in all my short form content. I was gonna get on the walking pad while listening to an audiobook, but I thought, you know what? It's time for a check-in. I don't think I've ever gone in detail about my cozy reading setup. We need to have ambience ASMR, so I just pick one for the morning. I, of course, need my coffee. Honestly, some beverage. If I'm having like a dedicated reading session, I need to have a beverage. And then, of course, some form of book, audiobook, Kindle, doesn't matter as long as I'm reading. And I don't think you guys have formally met my jelly cat. This is the only jelly cat I own. This one's the Malaki dragon. But yeah, how stunning is this matcha green color with the most beautiful baby pink wings, and it's so soft and cuddly. And of course, this one has a name. Meet Matcha Berry. I mean, it's such a perfect name for the perfect colored dragon. Then we need a blanket, and of course, we also need my heating pad. This heating pad, I'm pretty sure I've had it for 3 years now, and it's the best thing that's happened to me. Anyways, let me just set you guys up here so we can chat. Okay, we are set up. I made salted maple vanilla latte. I am on chapter 8. So I haven't read a lot, right? It's just like 68 pages, which considering we are on third day, it's pretty less, I would say. But also this is the reality of my life. I don't get many dedicated reading sessions. So it's all sporadic reading sessions happening in the car, on the walking pad, at the gym. And of course, my one dedicated reading session in the morning, which is just 30 minutes to be honest. But if I don't have much work for the day, I tend to just extend it for an hour or two. So here are my first few thoughts on Emily Henry and this book. I get the hype. As simple as that. Her writing is phenomenal. No spoilers. I'm loving the whole dual timeline thing happening. One chapter is the present, the other chapter is the past. It hooks you, right, to let you know what happened in the in-between because both of them are starkly different. But what I really want to just gush about is her writing style. Like, this woman writes the prettiest metaphors and similes. One of the metaphors, it's just stuck in my head. He loops an arm around my shoulders and looks down at me. Another small, contained smile on his full lips. His face is a sieve, only letting out the smallest amount of expression at a time. His face is a sieve, only letting out the smallest amount of expression at a time. Genius. And that's just one example, and this was literally the prologue. I immediately knew I was in for a treat. And there were so many other metaphors throughout that I was just like, the way she describes people and emotions, it's so odd and specific, but beautiful at the same time, and it makes sense. I am in the beginning, like literally this much of the book, but I had to gush about her writing. Now, I did have a good start on Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I keep forgetting saying her new last name, Jonas. I've been reading this mostly at night, which is why I think I haven't vlogged that, but I also listened to some of the audiobook, which, yes, I did get the audiobook from Libby for free, and it's the best decision I did for this book because it's narrated by Priyanka Chopra herself. She has such a nice voice and diction, so I am really enjoying her narration. So highly recommend if you want to listen to the audiobook of Unfinished. I'm actually quite impressed with her writing. She has had such a full life, right? So just knowing the behind the scenes of that, the chronology, the order of it all. I'm on page 94, so I'm almost halfway through the book. It has been quite inspiring so far, and honestly a lot about her confidence. That is super inspiring. There was actually this part where she spoke about confidence and how it's something you need to work on again and again. The way she just went for all the opportunities with that positive mindset and that confidence, that just is very inspiring to me. Wow, my eye patches keep sliding down. Anyways, that's my update for the two books. Good morning, y'all. Happy Thursday. I have my matcha latte right here. I tried a new matcha powder and it's so freaking good. Yesterday, I actually couldn't read. I'm on chapter 8 of People We Meet on Vacation. Yesterday's second half, I continued with Unchanged. Honestly, I'm enjoying this so much. I don't usually pick up autobiographies and memoirs, and this was the right choice. It's so inspiring to me. But yeah, today I have some time to myself before I have to jump on the walking pad and start my 75 hard walk. So yeah, let's read for a bit. Good Good morning, happy Friday. As you can see, I have my coffee ready and I have my handbag here because we are going for a solo library date. I am so excited because I was craving for a different environment and also to just get some nice focused reading in. Yesterday night, I read quite a bit. I'm going to start chapter 17 today. I have hit the halfway mark of the book. The slow burn is burning. So yeah, this is definitely going to be my read. But before I get into that, I don't want to finish reading unfinished. I'm actually on the last chapters. I am running late, so let's quickly go to the library. So I just finished this book. This was such a delight to read. I absolutely enjoyed it. Now let's move to the second book. I'm like in the slow burn stage, so I can't wait to see where this goes. See, this is how you build a slow burn. So good. We are 1.5 hours in. I'm just gonna read a bit more and then head back home. Okay, it's been a while since I've been back from the library. I finished my lunch and I actually finished this book. Let me just quickly run through my thoughts. I've already mentioned how much I am obsessed with Emily Henry's writing, and that still holds true. No complaints, 5 out of 5, devoured it. So this is a friends to lovers trope. I'm not going to go over the story or give you any spoilers, but just for the purpose of this video, I thought I'll mention the main trope, which is friends to lovers. It also has amazing slow burn. The tension and build-up was chef's kiss. I loved how she fleshed out both the MMC and FMC. They had such crazy chemistry and banter. It was so witty and humorous just to listen to their conversations. It was such a delight. Now, this would have been a 5-star read. There are 2 small negatives that I want to mention about this book that I personally felt. The first thing is that I do feel like when they did get together, it sort of fizzled out for me. The pacing was perfect till then until it felt a bit rushed towards the end. The second one probably is the biggest reason is the predictability of it. From page 1 till the last page, it was so predictable. And in my head, I was like, no, there might be a small, minor, unexpected thing that happens or a twist or something, right? Like I'm not expecting like murder mystery thriller level twist and turns, but just something unexpected. Something to chew on and think about, oh wow, okay, I didn't know that happened, or I didn't know he was thinking like that or she was thinking like that. It just kept me waiting for something to happen or wanting for a bit more, if that makes sense. So yeah, because of those 2 reasons, my final rating for the book is 4.5 stars. Definitely not my last Emily Henry book. In fact, I already have a couple on my shelf, which I purchased last year. Now I'm genuinely excited to pick them up. Also, I did listen to the audiobook in tandem and I highly recommend it. The voice narration by Julia Whelan is amazing. Now coming to Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't remember the last time I picked up a memoir. So this was such a good one to just get back into it. I've always admired Priyanka Chopra from like a professional lens, and just knowing the behind the scenes of everything was actually very inspiring for me. There was this chapter on grief. It was actually emotional for me to not just read but listen to Priyanka Chopra talk about her father's death and how it affected her. Just listening to Priyanka Chopra, the author herself, tell her story was an experience in itself. So I think I enjoyed it even more because I was listening to the audiobook. The final rating I want to give this book is 4 out of 5 stars. I think the only reason I'm not giving it 5 stars is because the memoir felt a little steady throughout and not in a boring way at all. I was still entertained through it all, but it didn't have huge emotional highs or lows or a major momentum shift in the storytelling, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think this concludes my first ever What I Read in a Week or reading vlog on my YouTube channel. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed watching this video, if you'd like to watch more of these. I'm just trying to build a community of readers here as well. So I hope this video finds you. Leave a thumbs up, hype this video, subscribe for more such videos, and I will see you next week. Bye!